What's up, you guys? Listen, I apologize for the close up. I know this is a hard face to look at, but I want to talk about this Stephen A. Smith and Cari Champion situation. If you didn't hear about it, you're going to hear about it right now. This one got loud, messy, and personal real quick, and I'm going to say uncalled for, of course, on his part. So let's go ahead and get into it. What's up? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this beautifully honest reaction.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, feels so nice.
So let's get into it. Stephen A. Smith, or I've heard some other people calling him Sucker Ass Smith, and I feel like it goes so well with the initials. He recently went off, and we know he loves to go off. He gets his panties in a bunch so often where he just has to release the tension. But he went off on his former colleague Cari Champion after she questioned his credibility, and a lot of us question the credibility when it comes to him, his influence and motives in this media space. Instead of him brushing it off, not responding, maybe even just doing a little typed post somewhere on social media, he fired back publicly, telling her she should be ashamed and accusing her of taking cheap shots for attention. Now, the thing is, this isn't just another celebrity spat because this is a pattern that we've been seeing with this guy. He's already been called out for his comments on Jasmine Crockett, for his comments on former First Lady Michelle Obama. He's been criticized for inserting himself into these political conversations, and people feel like he gets extremely defensive whenever a Black woman critiques him. So let's get into what this Black woman had to say about him.
That being said, I'm like, he made you look like fools for handing him a blank check in the first place because he doesn't even give a shit about the stuff that he's paid a gazillion dollars to talk about. And now he's turning around and turning that into a money-making opportunity. And then the money-making opportunity turns out it looks like it's a fraudulent crap business to begin with. Honestly, I'm not a religious person, but I pray for the downfall. I really
It's
do.
going to be amazing.
It's
going to be amazing.
Stephen A. I played that Michelle Beadle clip for one reason and one reason only. I'm old enough to remember being on that show and getting in trouble based on some comments you said about women and whether or not they should know their place when it comes to abuse or non-abuse. Ray Rice comes to mind. Not going to get into the details of all of that. But Beadle just came for you yet again, like she did when I worked at ESPN. I wonder, do you have that same smoke for her?
All right. So you saw that little clip. Now, what she said, it wasn't anything that was egregious. It wasn't anything that was offensive. It wasn't her calling him names. It wasn't anything like that, right? Like, let me know if I'm wrong because I don't think she said anything that was demeaning, talking about his looks or, throwing low blows. She simply played a clip of what Michelle Beadle had to say about him and was responding to see if, hey, the things that you've said about me, do you have that same energy for her? So she didn't even say anything vicious. She simply challenged his approach and his agenda. And to be quite honest, I agree with Michelle Beadle and what she had to say. I don't care. because she made a great point. She said he talks about things that he doesn't even give a crap about. It's just all about the money. I'm going to play just a little bit of that again because I feel like it's necessary to hear.
Being said, I'm like, he made you look like fools for handing him a blank check in the first place because he doesn't even give a shit about the stuff that he's paid a gazillion dollars to talk about.
Did you hear that? I 100% agree with that. I didn't hear anything wrong in what Michelle Beadle had to say. Period. Now, let's get into his response to Cari Champion. So you can see the story here. And if you don't know the backstory, just to, kind of give you, this is Michelle Beadle. And she went in on him because we know he does everything for money. Everything with him is about the money. So she went in on him recently to talk about this fraudulent gaming company that he has been connected with promoting their digital solitaire game. So that's what she was talking about. So let's get into this video clip here. All right. And I'm hoping this is not long, but let's just go ahead and get into it.
Straight Shooter with Stephen A.
You know what? That's the longer one. So I'm going to get the shorter one. All right, here we go.
Startup production company. So I got a lot of things going on. But there are certain times that you just have to speak up. And I want to preface my comments by throwing out some names. They'll only be first names. I don't have to give the names of my four older sisters. You know who they are. Especially my sister Carmen, the ultimate cook. Got about 10 nieces. Got nephews. Grandnieces and nephews. My team here at Straight Shooter. Solange. Sumatra. The list goes on and on. Juvie too. What's my nickname, Juvie? Santa Claus. That's what he calls me. Because he says I'm the gift that keeps on giving. They don't want me to comment. They don't want me to push back. My cousin Sean, my cousin Junie. The list goes on and on. They don't want me to push back. My boy Jeff. Let me not forget my boy Jeff Brown. He don't want me touching none of this. When people would clap at me and me clap back. Let me not forget Rashawn and Kevin. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Business, the brand. I mean, oh Lord, please don't do it. Okay. On this particular instance, I've instructed everybody to stand down because the shit that I've heard talked about regarding me, my character, my career, my work ethic, you wanted my attention. You got it. Now, the latest thing I'm in the news for is this thing with Papaya and the solitaire game and the noise that it has created because apparently it's had a lawsuit directed against them by a competitor, accusing them of engaging in fraudulent activity or whatever it is. And other talents from my day job, ESPN, got involved in the whole promotion of it all. The Mina Kimes of the world, the Dan Orlovskis of the world, the Kendrick Perkins of the world, people like that. And of course, me, because I'm the number one target. And everybody's been, not everybody, but a lot of people have been going off about it and saying, how could, accuse and questioning my ethics. Now, before I say anything, let me read what my lawyer wants me to say. Because I have a lawyer and I have a manager and an agent that are handling these matters. Because once you sign a contract on the dotted line, I'm saying the obvious, but certain people want to act like they're ignorant and they don't know any better. It's not like you could just walk away from a contract. It's not like you could just stop doing stuff. Once you sign and you agree to and all of this stuff, these are kind of things that you have to go through. So I'm here to tell you, we're aware of the recent legal developments involving Papaya and the broader skills/gaming space. My team is currently evaluating the accuracy and merits of the claims made. I want to be very clear. I do not support nor condone any company engaging in fraudulent or unfair gaming practices. Thus, my team and I will evaluate the situation and ensure that we are not in support of any fraudulent or unfair gaming practices at all.
So that's his educated, propped up response to Michelle Beadle, the white woman. All right. But let's hear his response to Cari Champion, the black woman.
And that's Miss Cari Champion. Cari Champion is a person that used to host First Take, used to work at ESPN, used to do Sports Nation, stuff like that. Did a pretty damn good job too. And I have to tell you, I was taken aback, and I think the word shocked does apply when it came to this Michelle Beadle brouhaha and seeing Cari Champion say this about me. Please play cut number 7.
Stephen A. I played that Michelle Beadle clip for one reason and one reason only.
Who's your good friend? Because it's never happened. Never. I've shown you nothing but love. What are you talking about? You were hired at First Take in large part because of me.
What? I understand what
You stayed as long as you stayed and had the support of the people that supported you. I've shown you nothing but love. What are you talking about? You were hired at First Take in large part because of me. You stayed as long as you stayed and had the support of the people that supported you because of me. Do I need to get bosses to confirm that I'm telling the truth? You know I can. When we see the diverse people that come on First Take, black people, women, the list goes on and on. Who did that? That wasn't happening when Skip was there. That was me. What are you talking about? When have I spoken against you? When have I thrown shade against you? When did that happen? That is a lie.
So if you don't get what's going on right now, what he's talking about really has nothing to do with the video that she made, the statement that she made to him. She was pretty much saying, are you going to, as you do with black women, and as you've done with me as a black woman, call out this white woman who made the statements that she made about you, like you come for us? Pretty much all she was saying is keep that same energy. And he responds with everything that I've done for you. And I'm not even going to play the rest of it. I'll put the full video link in the description box if you want to check it out, because as you know, he loves to go on and on and on and on. And, you know, I try my best over here to not do the same thing. But nothing that she said was vicious. She just simply challenged his approach on how he comes for other women that do not look like her. And then he responds with an attack and challenging her on his legacy, which it had nothing to do with that. So the question is, why does he only go this hard at people who look like him when there have been, as we just showed that clip, people who don't look like him who have come out to pretty much say, I pray for his downfall. All he does is speak about crap that he doesn't care about for money. And I didn't disagree with what that woman said about that, because it's true. He doesn't have that same energy for the folks in MAGA, but he's been out here calling out Jasmine Crockett and Michelle Obama and all, you know, it's just like Cari Champion, she's moved on. She just made that quick little video post, but she's hosting shows, she's building her career, she's, you know, doing what she does. She wasn't really thinking about him. It was just in regards to what Michelle Beadle had to say about him, and was just pretty much calling him out on it to say, like, hey, how you came for me, how you tried to blast me and call me out. Are you going to do the same thing when it comes to her? So honestly, if you want to call it a feud, it says more about him than it does about her. So if you guys checked out this story, let me know what you think about it in the comments. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.